Greetings, greetings, greetings. Peace and love to all sentient beings and the etherical beings which we should be consuming this morning time, 8:36 in the AM, September 22nd, 2016. I'm going to be briefly going over mostly from right here about I guess you could say veganism. I'm not a big fan of the modern lingo, considering by nature we're herbivorous. We are not designed to consume meat. It's pretty factual. Check me if you want to. There's plenty of sources for those of you who like to dwell on the factual, which is nothing wrong with that. Cool. But check your boy out. We're not supposed to eat animal products. Not supposed to eat meat. We're definitely not supposed to drink the milk of another species. Young mothers, you piss me off so much. I'm sorry. Let me start this off good and fucking angry, because that's how I feel on a daily basis. And I'm not the only vegan who thinks so. And it pisses me off even more using that phrase, considering we're herbivorous by nature. Herbivorous. Eating plant matter. How's it going? Got my little buddy Tim here. Tim is a kitty cat. This is Tim. He's weird, but I love him. Thing about Tim, like other kitty cats, felines, house cats. Let's go ahead and get some things straight. House cats, the domestic cats, felines. They're the only animal that domesticate themselves. I like them. I love them. When I'm at my job, which I hate, and I get happy when I get to the cat food aisle. Not because it's a bunch of canned carcasses, but I get to see some really pretty cats on there. I'm like, oh my goodness. I get like a little sissy boy. Because I love cats. I think they're awesome. But try to avoid any trite statements. But cats are pretty honest carnivores. For those cavemen and cavemen emulators out there who think that we have to eat meat. You're stupid. You're full of shit. You piss me off on a daily basis. Even though I don't deal with you personally, you piss me off. You make me angry. 'Cause you're just you're locked. You're locked in an awful cycle of misinformation, cognitive dissonance, willful ignorance, I thought I might have pissed some people off with my last few videos. And once again, I still have not found any reason to give more of a shit about what you feel, because as long as you're consuming animals, which are all hybrids, not naturally there, as long as you're consuming animals, you're adding to the pain and suffering that's going on in this world. If you didn't think humankind has suffered enough, yeah, let's just go ahead and take that to another whole species, another whole genus, phylum, etc. Just extend the amount of suffering that goes on this plane of existence, on this earth, Mother Gaia. See Tim here, this little crazy cat. He's a carnivore. When he gets full size, his little intestines, they won't be very long. Only a fraction of the size of ours as Homo sapiens. They're designed to consume meat, flesh, which they kill themselves. You're not. Why do you think you have an appendix? It's almost an obsolete function in the human body. Many of us have had them removed. Not me, but because we're supposed to consume plant matter, and that's what that was there for. Check my footwork. You got to. If you're that stupid, you don't have to listen to me. There's plenty of sources out there to say, hey, eating meat's pretty useless. And I could go on for 30. Actually, I made one and I just scrapped it because it was long and angry, which it should be, because as I said in Tim's crazy. As I said in prior videos. What did I say? Who knows? I'm losing it. I'm not terribly concerned about who I make angry. Never that. Because like death, as said in a song by the now defunct punk band No Use for Name, rest in peace Tony Sly. Death doesn't care what side you're on, neither does the truth. Just wish to align yourself with the truth. So I want to tell anyone who has seen slaughterhouse videos, who has seen people they know have heart attacks, strokes, cancer, high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, anything that requires the big pharma intervention, which is fucking bullshit. And this is not going to be a cleaned up PG video, nor do I hope anything I do is. If I just happen not to curse, consider yourselves fortunate. I'm all about the peace and love. See, you got that Sagittarian ascendant. It's fire. And it pisses me off on a daily basis. I won't go into too much on the personal front. But let's just say, man, I'm not even an isolated case on this. Pretty sure any of you watching or not, you've had family members who've had health problems. Some more grave than others. I, for one, have close proximity of bloodline, and this individual, I'm not speaking in law terms, just as, I'll just say this man, we've got into it more than once. It's very close to me. I'm very much like this guy. I'm also very different. He came into some health problems, and I used to argue with him. Didn't want to, but at the same time, one of the many men who taught me morality and how to be a man. I took a lot of that upon myself as to become the man I'm going to be. But he's like, yeah, well, I understand and that's what you believe. No, it's not a belief. Beliefs are subject to fallacy. This is knowledge. This is science. SCIENS. Scientists, from the Latin knowing. You know it's wrong. You know it's not right. You know it's not healthy. Nobody worry about being healthy. I'm not a spokesman for being healthy. I encourage it for everyone. I'm not always the best at following that kind of thing. I'm stressed out all the time. That's my fault. The fact remains, we're not designed to consume animal products. There are far more pros to adapting a herbivorous diet, which we should be following anyway. There are far more cons for the health issues, environmental issues, and most importantly, the ethical and morality issues involving consuming meat. It pisses me off. Unfortunately, the extent of my career as a wage slave, I was really good at cooking. I don't know who's eating anything I made. It could have fucking sucked, which it could have. But I was good. I was good at cooking. I cook most of my meals anymore, and I have for some time. But working in full service restaurants. Currently I work at a grocery store. And one thing I thought was kind of funny, I work in the deli department of a particular grocery store. So this cat comes in rocking a fucking dashiki. And I was like, what does this guy want? I don't know what kind of vegetables we got going on today. Even if I knew, I wouldn't honestly recommend them to anyone, considering they came in a bag, in a box, a manifesto of ingredients list. Beside the fact, this motherfucker wanted ribs. Now, pigs. These pigs, dare I say, plenty of Caucasians, Europeans love them. But you Negroes, oh, you're fucking racist. No, if I was racist, I'd be engaged in some genocidal bullshit, because there's one race that's human. But you Negroes and your pork, I don't get it. It gets on my nerves. Especially anyone who borders on claiming for themselves they're conscious, awake and aware. And that mission of elevation. Why the fuck would you consume an animal that was, if not bred, used for cleaning up battlefields? Anybody ever seen the movie Snatch? And I know everybody's keen on British gangster criminal underworld movies. But your boy Brad Pitt was in it. He was a poiky. I guess it's like a gypsy of some sort. I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen the movie. But concept in place. Pigs will eat anything. They'll strip a human corpse down. Why would you want to eat something that could easily eat people? Why would you want to eat something that would eat anything? You're better off rummaging through the garbage. Why? You're fucking gross. And yeah, there's a lot of people who just go through the motions eating whatever, whoever fixes. Oh yeah, well cool, yeah, I'll have me some old turkey necks. I don't know. Y'all eat some fucking gross shit. You sitting there looking at me funny because I don't eat vegetables. Ugh. I don't know how you eat that vegan food. I don't know how you eat fucking corpses. Dismembered corpses. How do you eat that? The shit's been rotten for weeks. You look at Jeffrey Dahmer like he was nuts. At least he knew where his food came from. I'm not justifying cannibalism. And if I was a cannibal, I wouldn't eat half of you motherfuckers because you eat shit. Literally, there's feces in hamburgers. There's feces in hamburgers. You eat things that come out of chicken assholes. You eat pig assholes. For you South Carolinians here that chitlin strut, you're eating shit. Shit-laced flesh. Not making it any clearer. Oh, you're a fucking angry vegan. No, I'm a human being who's tired of watching sentient beings being exploited, murdered, tortured, whatever you want to say. It's fucked up. And guess what? You have a hand in it. I had a hand in it. But, it's like wetting the bed. Or eating your boogers. You know, when you get old enough and wise enough, you realize, hey, that was wrong. Let me stop doing it. And humans. Oh, but plants have feelings. Shut the fuck up. Shut up with that dumb bullshit. What else is dumb? Where you get your protein? Do some fucking homework. We don't need protein. We need minerals. We need, you want to go so far as say we need amino acids. Guess what's high in amino acids? Raw fruits and vegetables. Make me sick, man. Make me fucking sick. Take a step back. You have already decided to make a huge division between you and what you put on your table and in your body. But let's take it a different degree. Say, hey, pretend you're a female animal, one which is commonly consumed. We'll play with the mammals for right now. We'll say bovines, cows, which are hybrids, which are bred for your consumption. Thanks for playing God on that one. Thank you. Pretend you are a lady cow or a male bull. Sorry to be redundant. Pretend you are a expectant mother. Now, us humankind, mothers, peace and love mothers, all shapes, sizes, shades, etc. Imagine you carried your baby a good 8 months. Yeah, at first it may have been a burden and pain in the ass. Oh, I gotta stop doing what certain things in my life. Understandable. So you get that bond with your unborn baby. And you go to the hospital. They do what they gotta do. Accommodating you for however, whatever kind of shape you're in, let's say. You go through, I don't know what the standard labor time is. Let's just say you go for a good solid 10 hours. That 10 hours is a long time. I'm sure when you're in agonizing pain, you're screaming, you're squeezing your man's hand if he shows up or whatever, I don't know. You're cursing, you're in the worst kind of pain. And then after that moment of divine glory, of birthing a new life, they take your baby away. They take your baby away. Right? That's not all. They take your baby away. And they hook you up to machines. Those machines take the milk that was meant for your baby. They hook them up to you. The shit's uncomfortable. It hurts. You just went through 10 hypothetical hours of labor. You don't see your baby again. You're bleeding. You're just going through a quite an ordeal. And they hook these machines up to you to take your lactation. They keep on pumping and pumping and pumping. And there's no real way of knowing when you don't have any more to give. But it keeps going. Blood gets in there. And this doesn't stop the first go around. This give you a bit of a pause. They keep on. More blood, not enough milk. More blood, keep pumping. Not enough milk, fuck it. More blood. And shit gets infected, they keep on pumping that with the milk. How would you feel? And you still, oh yeah, and by the way, you haven't seen your baby yet. You've not seen your son or daughter yet. Lord only knows what's going on with that baby. You haven't seen it. They're using you for your supplies. your resources. This is what happens when you buy milk. This is what happens when you want your fucking cheese. You want your butter. You want your sour cream. Go on your handy dandy baked potato in a full service restaurant. You see how fucking selfish you are? Do you see how disgusting it is? Because you want to satisfy your palate. You want to eat what you want to eat. You don't give a fuck what another being's going through so that you can have a taste. You're fucking sick. And I don't know how you get off saying that kind of stuff, because these animals can't speak the way we do. But they cry. They cry and they bleed. But we don't hear it because it's so far removed. It's in a bottle. It's in plastic wrap. It's in cardboard. It's in anything but what it should be. Because if you saw it for what it was, cruelty, exploitation, I don't really know a word for an item of disgust. It's an abomination is what it is. And we share DNA with, we share lots of DNA with pretty much anything that inhabits this earth. Even though some of these things that, I'll put myself in, just say we as humans, I'm not above or below anyone else. I'm a human just like you. I'm disgusting in my own right, but I know I'm not disgusting the fact that I consume products of exploitation, products of cruelty, products of murder, theft, anything that's common law. I learned fucking common law, by the way. That's where it's at. You consume those products, you collectively, in the eyes of many, this could even go so far as crossing the borders of factuality, are a piece of shit. You're an asshole. And secretly I hate you, but not secretly anymore. Well, what makes me hate people who know about this stuff and continue to do it is the willful ignorance. It's not the nescience. Nescience is just not knowing. A lot of people don't put those things together, but it's disgusting. It's mean. And you have to have something it's just not working in you. Last thing I want to put everyone on blast. I'm not going to put individual humans on blast. I'll just refer to them as family members or friends. They know I'm vegan. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that goes around shouting it, really. I'll let people know who need to know. You know, if I'm eating with someone, I'll let them know, hey, I don't want what you got. I don't want any of it. There's people who know me. Get mad if you want to. Get mad. I don't care. Because I'll lose friends. Hell, I lost them before. And I look real good. And I'm smart. And I'm friendly and nice. And I'll make new ones. Trust me. The world won't stop because you're not my friend anymore. So now another teen movie. It was like the recreation of a scene from, I guess, must have been The Breakfast Club. I remember, it's one of my favorite phrases in any movies. Cry me a river, dick face. I don't care. Do not care. And you piss me off because it's not even my logic. It's not my feelings. It's not my beliefs. These are facts. Every major religion in some way, shape, or form has alluded to the fact that we're not supposed to harm other beings. We're not supposed to consume them. Oh, but God put animals there for us. So, I'm not religious, but I know about Allah. I know about our Creator. I know about the force and the essence, the ebb and the flow. And I'm pretty sure whatever dogma been influenced in your years. They probably got it wrong. I'm pretty sure they got it wrong. What God advocates murder and exploitation and slavery. It's no God, my friends and family. That's a devil. Maybe not the devil, but a devil. That's not where it's at. I'm an incredibly skinny dude. Always have been. But let me not be an example of what it looks like to be a vegan. Because there's nothing's ever terribly simple with me. I could eat for weeks, never gain any weight. Stressed out often, work weird schedules. But I do know that when I stopped eating meat, I felt better. Not just my spirits, my body felt better. Especially when I cut out red meat. I used to I used to like to shoot basketball with the boys, and I noticed I was quicker. I felt like I was never ever heavy, but I felt lighter. It's because all that compacted feces was going away. It takes so much effort and energy for the human body to digest lactose from other species, which is fucking weird. I don't know if it was Leviticus or Deuteronomus that said we're not supposed to have sex A, with our family, B, with other species. I would hope that consuming milk from other species would also be equally forbidden, and if not biblically, just out of the unwritten human rule book. It's for baby cows. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a lot of movies. One of my favorite things he ever said: "Milk is for babies." I thought it's woman's milk. Man, her milk's for babies. Bovine milk is for baby cows. Goat milk is for baby goats. Kids. Monkeys milk's for baby monkeys. You know, if a species produces milk, it's for their young, not yours. And this information is available to everybody. I mean, it's on the internets, which I'm pretty sure the fucking third world's got the internet. No disrespect to the third world, but we all live in one world. But you know, low income and poor countries have access to the information superhighway, the same one on which you are right now. And I won't. So, basically, if you deny facts, you suck. You're stupid. Have your feelings hurt by what I have to say, because there's too many vegans out there that are, I'm not gonna say soft. I'm gonna say there's a lot of hardcore motherfuckers out there, and if I had a hat, I'd tip it. I'm not gonna salute anybody because I admit defeat to no one. I didn't conquer anyone. There's no saluting going on for me. But peace and love to you out there crusading animal rights. Veganism, if you want to call it that, our natural state is just something we should do. We shouldn't defy nature. We shouldn't harm other beings, harm ourselves, because if you have to kill something to eat, as far as sentient beings are concerned, it's gonna kill you, and it's not immediate. It's slow, agonizing. It takes steps. And at first, it might be heart problems, it's high blood pressure. You'll fuck around and get diabetes. You get an injury, you hurt your foot. It's not gonna heal right. I mean, there's so much stuff out there that has animal products in it. You like candy bars? I guess you must like pork renderings. You like candies? Like you little fucking gummy bears? And guess what? Approximately 7 million hogs died so you can have your fucking sweets. Thank you for being such an altruist. Thank you for thinking of someone other than yourself. And I say that in jest, because you should feel bad, and I'm only giving you a fraction of the piss and vinegar you deserve, because nobody heard those pigs screaming, nobody heard those cows missing their babies, nobody heard those chickens that couldn't scream because somebody slit their fucking throats. You fucking cocksucking redneck hunters. They have supermarkets if you want something to eat. First of all, you're on their land. Second of all, you don't even need to eat them. And if they bother you that bad, I don't know what to tell you. Fucking move. You short-dicked, pea-brained wastes of sperm. As a good friend of mine, Eddie, said, the best part of you rolled down the crack of your mama's ass. Because you know this shit. And you're the ones looking at me funny like I'm fucking crazy. Minding my own business. Walking down the street, walking in the store, whatever. You big, your big fucking trucks and your small pecker. I'm just glad I look a lot different than most Caucasians, and I don't get lumped in that category of being anything like you, because I'm not. Deep down, I love everyone, but I sure don't like you or your type. You wanna beat me up? Beat me up. You wanna talk shit? Have at it. Embrace your First Amendment rights. Because care. Do not. Voice for the voiceless. A heart to the heartless masses that not only willingly contribute financially to the enslavement, exploitation, cruelty, and murder of innocent sentient beings. You're no friend of mine. You're no friend of mine at all. And I'm sure that you get more flies with honey than vinegar. Sure. At the same time, one of the great catalysts in my life was shame. This cat was I forgot who he was. He was real raw, and I liked it. Because he was so raw, you have to be raw to get people's attention anymore. I've been a nice guy all my life, and I probably will always be of a pleasant demeanor. But I'm also the other side of it too. Like I was put here to check people and try my best to lead by example and set a good precedent for those who come after me. But it's gross. You're fucking up the earth. Down south we got a lot of, and I'm sure it's not just down south. You see a lot of little ponds, little spots in the cut, a little body of water. Just imagine being filled with pig shit and blood. Here, anywhere in the southeast of Northwest, the Maxim. So mosquitoes are awful. They're terrible. But they have a right to be here. I don't like them. I love them. They're actually kind of interesting if you look at one up close. That's beside the point. If you don't have any reverence for life, then fucking jump off a building, a cliff, a bridge, whatever. Wherever's closest to you. If you don't care about others' life and right to live, then I don't care about your opinion, and that's pretty fucking liberal. Yeah, I know it's a little harsh. But when you've been told the truth, when you are what's the word I'm looking for? When you're privy to these facts, the physiological reasons why we shouldn't consume meat, the environmental reasons why we shouldn't consume meat, and the ethical reasons why we shouldn't consume meat. You have to say, why are we consuming meat? Why are we consuming dairy, eggs? I mean, yeah, I know nobody really eats eggshells, but I mean, how about this? How about I put some ground beef, and let's just be gross here. Let's just be gross to prove a point. How about I put some ground beef in a prophylactic, ingest it, defecate prophylactic with the ground beef inside. How do you fucking cook it? To me, that's what eggs are. That's just this gross. It's sick, man. Reattach yourself to to the heartbeat and the pulse of this planet. Your fellow creature, your fellow man, your fellow woman. I don't care if somebody calls me a hippie, whatever. I said before, I'm a little bit too angry to be a hippie. But it's all about peace and love, of course. And if you have anything to say about that, please feel free. Like my man Reverend X said, I'll make my ass very available. It sounded kind of weird, but it's true. I'm very available. Talk shit. Get shut down. Get shamed too. Everyone is invited. No one's excluded. It's a message to humanity. If you have no respect for life, I got love for you, but I don't have any respect. None. And I really don't know what to say, but stop hurting babies. Stop hurting mothers. And some of you claim to be intelligent. Some of you claim to say, well, you know, if it wasn't for cavemen, brains wouldn't evolve. Yeah, well, you know, I'm pretty sure in the grand scheme of things, when you got a pea brain, when you got a little troglodyte nigger brain, this little 8 motherfucker, that picture tripped me out. It's a pretty big task, and some serious neural pathways are going on, getting rearranged and connected when it comes to hunting. Yeah, it's great, but you know what's even better is not living somewhere where it's fucking cold all the time and nothing grows that you can eat that's a plant, and living off the flesh of an animal that's just trying to live just like you. Of course, that's a puzzle, because you're trying to outwit something that at the time was smarter than you are. And most animals are smarter than you are. Most animals aren't stuck on their fucking cell phone in traffic. They don't need traffic. They don't need cars. I would usually be generally envious of birds flying, but instead I like to admire them and watch them fly. I think that's incredible. Makes you appreciate your own 2 legs. And the legs of chickens. Which everyone needs to stop eating. But one thing that really gets Peter Griffin style grinds my gears is the so-called black folks that continue to be stereotypes for eating fried chicken. There's a guy I work with. I made it clear to people I work with that I'm vegan, just so it's not pretentious. More so, hey man, you want to go on break? Let's have some food. No, I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to sit in the break room and smell cooked corpses. I want to watch you be a fucking savage brute. But I said, hey man, you want some? I was trying to be generally respectful, and I just kind of had like a look of confusion. So, my bad man. It's cool, man. I appreciate the offer. But it's kind of like yeah, I don't kill people. And then meanwhile, goddamn Hannibal Lecter's over there with a butcher knife, a cleaver. Oh well, that's cool. And blood splattering. It's cool, I understand. Doesn't make much sense. Doesn't make much sense at all. Like, how could you respect my point of view but not be aligned with it? Yeah, you know, I understand it's a personal choice. You want to be vegan and all. I just don't know what I would do without my hamburgers. I don't know what I would do with a hamburger. You're already desecrating a corpse. I mean, would you go digging up your loved ones? So yeah, I'm hungry. Oh yeah, and there's human meat and all kind of shit too. You want hot dogs? Have some human meat. Soylent Green. Cloud Atlas. They're feeding people to people. I can't remember the Khazarian Jew. The European Jew. Not real Jews. This rabbi guy was talking about what they did with Passover stuff. All these boys and girls that are getting abducted, Gentiles, so to speak, non-Jewish folks. They'd string them up, much like they do livestock, and drain their blood, and then grind their bodies up and make sausage and use that nasty shit. And quote-unquote Jews would eat it. Now other people would eat it, I just didn't know it, but it sounds crazy, but the truth is always stranger than fiction, and I'm pretty sure this is just a postulation. I'm pretty sure a lot of fiction was made up to obscure the truth, to make it a little less, like, make it seem more far-fetched. So when you heard the truth, it's, oh no, it's fucking nuts. That sounds like something off science fiction television. That sounds like something off the stories. But it's not. I mean, the guy was he could tell the way he was talking, he wasn't pretty factual. And, you know, if you don't want to believe it or subscribe to it or even consider it, well, I'm not sure why you're a bigger piece of shit that you want to knowingly contribute to the murder of animals or blatantly deny the vibrations of love. And even though R. Kelly likes to pee on people and fuck underage women, you know, I always think about a song. He's like, we did it for love. That's why I raise hell. That's why I talk shit. It's because sometimes that's the only way to get anyone's attention. Those who are on the frequency of truth, spirit of truth, frequency of love, the heart's radio station. You don't need to know this because you already do. Probably already feel me on it. It's those that don't are the ones for whom I'm concerned. And you know, I don't like seeing people suffer. I don't like seeing animals suffer. I have more empathy towards animals because, where they say, to human is to err as to forgive is divine. Forgiveness isn't up to me on this one. I'm no arbiter of anything really. Just a man who loves the gift which I've been given, the gift of life, the gift of love. There's been times I've like not killed spiders. This big grasshopper was in the house earlier. I was like, "How did you get in here? I'm not gonna bother you." It was a mouse. Old Chester brought his mouse into my room. And he brought it. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna show out for old Patch. I'm gonna show him what I did." And I was like, "No, kill him in front of me. No." I love my cats. Of all animals. I understand. Hey, that's how they get down, is to kill. Cool. We don't have to do that. We don't have to. No. Let them do their thing. I'm not gonna do it for them. Whatever. He brought the mouse into my room. That little mouse, he was about it now. He put him down, and Chester looked at me like, "Hey, look what I got. I'm being a good cat." And Chester put his little nose up to him. And that little mouse, up with this tall, but he stood up on both his back feet. Now that sounds like a cat, but whatever. He made his presence known to Chester. And Chester's like, I don't know why he turned his back on him, but he did. And the little mouse looked at me. I'm like, "Hey man, you're on your own on this one, bud. Tip my hat to you, because that cat's huge compared to you, but somehow you made it out." And I didn't want to see him get played with to death, like cats often do. But it's kind of funny, he was a little bit stupid, and he still found a way to have mercy on that little mouse. It was wasn't intentional for him, but just be a decent being, and intentionally be like Chester, and let that mouse go. Don't hold him hostage. Let him go. Let that hamburger go. Don't eat it. Don't buy it. Look into food. Look into alkaline diet. Dr. Sebi, may Allah be pleased. His passing. It's far more beneficial to your health than everything else to adapt a vegan diet, to adapt a plant-based diet. You'll be a little bit less of a piece of shit in a lot of people's eyes. If you don't have a hand in murder and exploitation, because God knows we are all victims of exploitation in one way or another at some point in time. There's always someone trying to exploit us for what we do, for what we have, for what we can obtain. And so I add to the exploitation. You wouldn't like being hooked up to machines, your bodily fluids taken, waiting to die in cages, gates, fences, etc. Or I get stuck living on a small plot of land. The illusion of freedom, just to have it taken back away from you. It's like standing in a line, and in that line, everybody dies. Everyone's jolted with some electricity and hit over the head with a hammer. You watch your friends you spent your entire life near. They're in line in front of you, and that shit happens to them, knowing you're next. Imagine the fear and the dread. If you put yourself in that position, you put yourself in that animal's shoes. Yeah, horses wear shoes. But so much fuckery going down. Make dog food out of horse meat. It's terrible. Sometimes whenever I think I have the right things to say factually, get sidetracked by my own emotions, which can be detrimental in ways. At the same time, once you deny that, you kind of deny a slice of your own humanity. I mean, when you were little, did you love animals? When I was little, I loved animals, and that hasn't really changed. I remember Reading Rainbow one time. There's this little song, and it had a bunch of baby chicks, and it was like kind of a happy song, but I just remember crying like a starved baby. I remember going outside and walking, just walking away. Mom was like, "Why are you crying?" And I really didn't know why. But in that childlike state of innocence, I knew that those baby chicks were gonna have an awful life. I knew it was sad, depressing, disgusting, depraved. They stick the little male chicks in a grinder. Male chicks are useless for the egg industry. I mean, it's almost biblical if you want to think about things a certain way. The firstborn male child, whatever. I don't know. But they killed him. And those mother hens never see their babies. It's fucked up. They're so detached. So detached, and it's disgusting. How could a people in their right mind, nationality regardless, contribute to that and act like everything's okay? Worried about police shooting people. That's fucked up too. Look past that. If you can't treat animals with dignity and respect, there's no hope for humankind. I'm sorry. It's part of a bigger picture. And no, I'm not one of those people that go around protesting as though I should. I don't know a lot of protesters. I speak to many friends on Facebook. But I've been locked up. Not a lot, but enough to know that's not where I want to be. And there's no crime because there's no injured party. In fact, we're trying to eliminate the injured parties. And punish the perpetrators of the parties that will be injured and consumed, disgustingly enough. It's part of a greater illness. It's not a doctor, but I would think of myself as a learned man with much, much, much more to learn. But I do know that humanity is is ailing terribly right now. And this is not the ultimate cure, but it is a step in the right direction to eliminate unnecessary evils. We don't need any of it. It's all wasteful. It's all wasteful, destructive, careless. I mean, not everybody, but I was never big on cutting grass. My dad always did that shit. My brother would always do it too. My brother should. My father would try to instruct me on how to do it. And sometimes we just didn't get along. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And at the same time, I was always glad because my brother would run over one of Mom's flowers or one of her plants. I'm like, well, at least I didn't do that. You know, you didn't need to run it over. Nobody wants somebody fucking with their stuff. Just needlessly running it over, carelessly, not paying attention. Well, it's a bigger garden humanity's running over right now. It's a bigger picture, and you didn't need to. You didn't need to go between those plants like that. You could have used the weed or you could have used something else. But instead, we're just running over the whole shit, fucking up all kind of animals, fucking up all kind of land, ruining otherwise peaceful lives in the name of a quick meal. Under the guise of false nutrition. We don't need all that stuff. We don't need any of it. Just fruits and vegetables and grains and whatever else. It doesn't have blood. It doesn't have a heartbeat. It doesn't have a mother the way we know our mother. It's sick, it's disgusting, it's reprehensible, and I'm not the ultimate judge, but it's almost unforgivable once you know, once you're aware what's really going on. They want you sick, they want you fucked up. Go to the doctors. Hey, you could be the biggest drug dealer in your city. You'll still never be quite the hustler doctors are. Never be that great. You might have got your street degree. These guys paid big fucking bucks to be a legal hustler. But you know, it's fucking medicine. It's only going to hasten your demise. It's only going to probably put you in worse shape than it is. And there's so much more I could go into. But go back. You have to go back and watch. Make sure everything turned out okay. One of the few facts that I failed to mention when speaking of my little kitty friends is Ella. She's the grand matriarch of my mini pride of domesticated lions. Merely days before she had her last litter, she was out there hunting. I leave my door open often. Not a good idea, but I get tired of them whining and crying. Let me go outside. So, it's like always a nest of birds somewhere close by, and I love to admire them and hope like hell they stay safe and all the babies are okay. But it was early spring. Birds are out. Ella's pretty big. She's not a huge cat. I don't have any fat cats. Because that would just be jacked up because I'm so skinny. I don't like having fat cats and I can't eat. But she was good and pregnant. And she was about to bust. But I see her out there. I don't know if she caught anything, but I saw her stalking. Let me ask you, pregnant women who are hell-bent on eating corpses, would you go outside in the middle of the night barefooted, in bare feet, hunting merely days before you gave birth? Would you? Because if you would, a mad respect. But I know you wouldn't, so don't fucking lie. Don't lie to yourself and don't lie to me. Or anyone else. Because you wouldn't, because you're not supposed to. You don't have to. You're not an apex predator. You're not even a predator at all. So what makes you think with your extra long colons that you have to eat meat? Get the fuck out of here. Don't pass your opinions off as facts. Don't pass your preferences off as gospel. Because when you have all that mucus, you have constant sinus infections, and you're on this fucking medicine, it's only going to make it worse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Nobody else really does either. Because you're fucking up. You're not just fucking up your own life. You're fucking up a baby who did, excluding all past karmic debt and soul contracts, a baby born into this world new and fresh, a clean slate. You're putting shit in that baby's blood. Sons and daughters, they carry a lot of the mitochondrial DNA of the mother. That's why there's only mothers and sons. Sons, Masons. Either a mother or a son. But yeah, you're poisoning your babies. I don't have any of my own. Or a shared baby with a lady. Not as of yet. But it irks me to no end. To know. Humans with our alleged intelligence still think it's okay. These baby food aisles, see it's baby food, and I see a lot of it's mostly I didn't look at the ingredients, which you should look at all ingredients, and if you can't pronounce it, don't fucking eat it. It's got more than 5 things, leave it alone. But you see this baby food, you see the old apples and pears and carrots and whatever. Shouldn't eat carrots anyway. Real carrots are purple, not orange. Hybrids. But you see like turkey broth and broccoli. That's a double no. And you see the shit that kills me is the yogurt. Oh my god. Stop thinking yogurt's healthy. It's not. Stop it. It's one thing if you want to eat that shit on your own. If you're with a child, or you had a child, and that child's breastfeeding, stop putting shit in your body. Stop putting garbage because it's going right there to the baby. And not even because of this. There should be no excuse. Lack of knowledge is lethal. It's painful to watch someone near and dear to me always speak of being a spectator. And sometimes I am, but I also realize that you don't have to be a spectator when you can throw a tomato at the motherfucker on the stage, when you can intervene, and when you can separate yourself from that third person point of view and become involved, even if it's just running your fucking mouth. But it's disgusting, and it pains me, because one of the things when you truly wake up and you start having that heightened sense of awareness, you realize that prior generations, they didn't just steer you wrong, they steered everyone wrong. And like a lot of things, believe in some bullshit. Believing instead of knowing. I'm not a card shark, but if you get a shitty hand, and I'm pretty sure there's a few games out there that you don't have to take that hand. Fuck that hand. Fuck that hand because it was a lie and the dealer was cheating. So either you go find a new game to play, put that shit down and walk away. I don't want to play the rules. I don't want to fuck around with that construct of lying to children, lying to adults, believing lies. That's over with. Not the hippest guy, but get with the fucking times. Get with the proper age. That Piscean age is over with. It's just gone. There's so many remnants and ruins that are just lingering about like a 2,000-year-old fart from someone who eats pork skins and McDonald's. It's disgusting, and there's no room for it anymore. So Tim came back. Tim who walks on his toes. Tim who sits down often because as a predator, even though he's well fed, as a predator, he's on his toes a lot. He can spring into the action. You see how cheetahs run. They have like slinkies for skeletons. They just spring. They run so fast. Can you run that fast? Can you run after a squirrel or a deer? Could you run after what do you fuckers like to eat? Bleats, I don't know. Can you catch a bird with your teeth? With your hands? Can you? If you can, I don't really want to know. I don't want to see that because it's unnecessary. It's stupid. But if you can, then you know what? Have at it. Do your thing, because at least you're honest. At least you tried and succeeded as a carnivore. Because, it's pretty easy. I'm about 6 feet tall. Pretty sure if there was an apple tree, whatever tree, if I couldn't reach the fruit, I'll climb it. Or I'll bend down. It's not too hard, is it? It beats the shit out of squeezing life out of something with your hands or your teeth that you don't have any business doing anyway. Or, you could be a total coward and use a gun. Now, I'm not down with killing anybody. I'm not down with killing anything, really. But I guarantee you, if it came down to a kill or be killed situation, and somebody's trying to, physically extinguish my life and take away my breath, you can call me sick if you want to. I don't want to squeeze a trigger. If you're trying to kill me, and it's about you killing me or me living, if I'm taking you out, I want to watch you go. I want to watch you die. I'm not going to be a coward and pull a trigger and run. It's one of those, I think it was whatever shit is on History Channel, Gangland or whatever. That's one of those gangs. He was like, he wasn't calling people who use guns cowards, per se, specifically. But, my boy Ben would say if you playing Call of Duty, you're rocking the shotties, get up close and personal. He stabbed a guy with the old melee attack. I want to make it personal. Hey, Rudy. Make it personal. If you're going to kill somebody, make it personal. If you want to kill something to eat it, make it personal. He is sitting behind a gun. Pussy. See, Rudy's a boy. He's not a pussy. Not a pussy cat. He's a good boy. He likes to eat crisps with me. But yeah. Be a pussy. Pull a trigger. Hell, at least knife something. Stab it. If you're really down with killing like that, you don't have a problem. Get with it. And I'm not of a indigenous background or a Native American or wasn't in much of a tribe, but I do know that when they did kill animals for food, they used everything, and they also made peace with the spirit. Got these cavemen with technology. Got these high-powered scopes, camouflage. Pussies. Let's just go with pussies. And you teaching your children to shoot a beautiful, graceful animal like a deer? You ever just watched a deer? You ever seen its eye? You ever looked in its eyes? They're sweet. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen them kick dogs and, be defensive. I've seen them on the side of the road. I'm on a scooter, so I don't have that barrier of glass. They're just minding their own business. They're beautiful in their own right. All life is beautiful. All life is sacred. For you to take it away and teach a baby, teach a 6-7-year-old boy or girl to shoot and extinguish the life of a creature that your God put here to coexist with you, and then smear the blood and guts all over the fucking place, put the picture in a paper, glorifying murder. What the fuck? What the fuck, United States? I'm not talking about America. America is something different. United States. In that mental regime. You're not even on a landmass. You're in a created matrix. Tell him, Rudy. You're sick. And, what's my man's name from 300? A Leonidas? That hunchback motherfucker? Hope you live forever. I hope you live forever. Because death would be too much of a sweet release. May you bear the weight of your actions, the gravity of your transgressions be returned to you while you live and feel this physical body, this vessel you take for granted. Because if you were so fortunate as to die and come back, be reincarnated, yes, it exists. Yes, it does. It would be too easy, because chances are you would not hold on to those experiences. So yeah, I remember what I was saying about NoFX, even though I deleted that part. We are this planet's kidney stones. But, despite the last hour and some change being borderline pissed off and almost a dickhead, it's not it's not my true character in essence, but much of it is, because or the burden I bear and many others, it's not just me, it's not about me always, is dealing with the fuckery around me. And it's infuriating, it's saddening. It's more sad than anything else, because that's where the anger stems from, is the sadness. Being empathetic, it's not easy. It's not something I want attention or pity for either. It's just what things have to deal with, and I'm cool with it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else, because at least I know I'm not a callous piece of shit who thinks the world revolves around me, when in fact the world doesn't revolve at all. It's saddening. It's saddening to see lack of respect, lack of love for life. It's saddening to see little empathy. It's saddening to see, as well as infuriating, to see the food industry industrialized. Sorry for lack of verbal variety, but not alliteration. To see necessity industrialized, to see it monetized, to see worth put on human life, to see worth put on animal life, any life. And put out ads. I got all my female sticks, I'm cool now. But put out free ads How much do you charge for a kitten? Nothing. Why? It costs nothing to conceive. It may cost to care for. Fair enough. But I do know that the Adam and Eve story is along the lines of, I would say allegory. I don't know. It's symbolic symbolism going on. But I'm pretty sure that God made human and made life before it made money. So, are you gonna eat your money and everything else runs out? I mean, what's God gonna do with money? What are you gonna do with it? First of all, we don't have any money, so you'll be eating fucking paper. Because gold, the human body needs gold and silver. That's beside the point. You can't put monetary value on life. So why the fuck does a bucket of chicken cost $6.99? And if you can answer that, it's actually feasible. Find a factual analysis. I mean, but why would you? If you're that detached, you're that callous, then I need you to make a small incision on your wrist. Find out when bull shark mating season is. Go about 2 miles out the coast. Throw out a bucket of chum. Fucking chicken gizzards and hog assholes and oxtails. And then when you see those great whites and you see those bull sharks have the highest male bull sharks have the highest testosterone levels of any shark. So that's why I'm emphasizing that. Make sure it's mating season. And jump right in with some fucking beef jerky around your neck. Because if you think you can pay for a life, then I'm pretty sure that's the best option for you, is to jump in that water bleeding. Those motherfuckers worked up like somebody ran money over a homeless shelter. Somebody passing out crack to a room full of Tyrone Biggums. Go for it. Think I'm crazy? I'll be crazy, but I'm not sick. I know I'm crazy. If you tell anybody, I'll fucking kill you. Whatever, jokes aside. There's no cholesterol, plant-based diet. There's no animal fat. You actually shit more often. You won't be backed up. You might actually have dreams again. It's a little bit more pleasant. It's guilt free. I mean, there's a lot of really cool processed food we probably shouldn't eat. That if you don't like regular fruits and vegetables, and you like things that remind you of the foods you liked before. I like a lot of that stuff, and I know I shouldn't eat it. And it's not that I have an obsession with the taste of flesh. It's just the smells and taste hold so much memory. Sometimes I like to have things that remind me of certain times, but I also like to make new versions of it, and it's cool. Gardein had some products. They like these pork bites, and none of that stuff tastes like what it says it is really. Most of the time it's the sauces and the seasonings that make it worthwhile. But I used the sauce, and I happen to have these, don't ask me why I bought these hot dogs. I said, man. But I used the sauce. I had some kidney beans. I cut up them little weenies, and I add a little bit of the sauce, and I add the beans, and it was like beanie weenies. I haven't had beanie weenies in probably 10 years. Shit's gross. But it was cool. Point being, it was cool to eat something you hadn't eaten in a long time. It didn't involve rotting corpses and a broken moral compass. Didn't involve being a sick fuck. Mind you, it might not have been the best for me, but it was a little bit better than being a party to murder. But do what you do. I can't change anyone. I can only merely make suggestions, provide some information. Let me get technical testimonials. But yeah, maybe 2 hours. So animals spend months, weeks, maybe years being tortured. I gladly give 2 hours of my time. If you could save some lives by going vegan, stop hurting yourself, stop hurting others. And one of the big things too is stop putting funds into the pockets of the same sons of bitches that do not care about you, me, Porky the pig, whatever. They don't care about any of that. They care about the fucking dollar signs. Support local farmers. Fuck GMOs. Fuck that corporate bullshit. Fuck those circles of families and businesses who control the wealth. And it's not so much the lack of empathy towards animal kind, also it's the fact that you're playing right in their hands by doing that. They serve military guys in the army, like infantry guys, right before battle. They feed them all this pork and stuff, and knowing good and well pigs have highly developed brains, and therefore they have highly developed emotions. Pigs are smarter than your dog. If you have a 3-year-old, and if you eat meat, and you raise them, if you're not very smart, which my target audience, I'm talking to you. My actual audience, I'm not talking to you because you're smart. Probably vegan. Yeah. They feed them all that pork. It's full of fear and hate and anger. That lower vibrational, lower chakra bullshit. have them amped up, act like these fucking cops. That's why they call them pigs, and that's disrespectful to pigs, real pigs. It's so many humans that don't deserve to be called human. You can't call them drones. That's disrespectful to robots. Bees everywhere. And I'm really not that negative. I'm just letting out a lot of witches inside me over the last few years. It's intense on a daily basis for the simple fact that where I live, I don't know a lot of vegans here. I got about, I'd say at least 3 friends that I know are. And I met this older lady at my job. I should have given her a hug because I'd never met another one that wasn't already friends with me. It's just, it's painful. I'm not the typical bleeding heart, sensitive person. I like to think of myself as a voice of reason. Not just myself, because I used to laugh. I used to laugh at vegans. Not because of what they did or what they stood for. I laugh because they're always crying. Oh my god, not a baby cow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of feel bad about it now. But too many vegans only want to talk about being vegan and liberating animals and all that shit's good, but they're not looking at the bigger picture. Veganism is just it's a cog in the machine. When you get to that point, so many other things are unlocked. So many other gateways are now passable. Start seeing things differently. It's just the bigger picture. It's once you get to that point, there's kind of no going back, because once you know how fucked up things are, you don't want to be a party to it anymore. You can't unlearn. You can't deny certain things that you know whenever you feel them right here. It was in the middle of summertime. It was maybe about a year ago. Of course, I mentioned I do not have a car, so my automobile of conveyance doesn't have the enclosure most people have. You smell things. You see things without the filter. And I was at the light by the mall on Chestnut, and there was this truck. It was hot. It had to have been heat index. It had to have been over 100. I know it, because that smell was awful. And I remember flipping off that driver of that truck. And I asked people, say, "Why did you do that? That's not so nice." Well, fuck him. He's a piece of shit too. Like, how could you with a clear conscience? He was driving, because that was a commercial activity. How could you drive beings, animals, to their death while, like, it's been a while since I've traveled with others, but one thing I always remember, mom or dad would be like, "Yeah, you hot or cool enough? You good?" I'm like, "Yes." "You thirsty?" Make sure your passengers are accommodated. Not so much with him. I wanted to let them all out, but I know somebody would run on my bike when I was and someone would get hit by cars, Some will be get taken back into custody. So zoos are bad too. You want to see somebody in prison. You want to look at the real motherfuckers in prison. Or you want to go see a bunch of incarcerated animals. Let them go. I mean, the days of shucking and jiving from Massa ain't really quite over. Say what you want. But you got animals going through that shit too. Hey, you're a lion. Do some tricks. Make everybody say wow because you didn't kill the ringmaster. You didn't kill the zookeeper. You should. Man, Cat Williams. Maybe I'm just a vicious ass koala bear. No. You're the king of the fucking jungle. Act like it. Right there and kill those motherfuckers who did you wrong. I don't advocate violence. But I am a proponent for retribution. Karmic retribution. However it may take its course, I'm for it. We're all in for it somehow, one way or the other. It's a fool's folly to think you're exempt from it. Everybody's had misfortunes in their life. If you didn't, you'd probably already be dead because you're perfect and you had the greatest existence and you just went ahead to a whole other plane of existence and living in the stars with unicorns and endless supply of whatever it is that delights you so. But we all pay for what we've done, knowingly or not. We all pay for it. And once you know what you're doing wrong, and you keep doing it, that's whenever those blessings, rewards come into play. Man, Jerome would always say, if you mess with the hammer, you will be rewarded. I was like, well, why would somebody do something nice for somebody to get, if you're messing with? No, I said, no, it's not about it's not rewards per se. It's rewarded, granted your dues, what you are owed. It all comes back to us one way or the other. But once you get to that point, you realize, and that's why I was cursed, well, it's really a phrase. That's why I'm taking care of so many cats. I feel like maybe I have to be a servant to the animal kingdom now, maybe, possibly. Like rescuing turtles if I see them in the middle of the road. Get them out the road so no asshole runs over them because they don't care about turtles. Nobody cares about snakes. Stuff like that. I think they're all good. I love them all. There's a reason why they're here. And I'll be damned if I watch another human being not respect their life. Any life. I just wish sometimes that there weren't so many reasons and so many people make a motherfucker like me raise hell. Take 2 or 3 hours out of my day to raise hell with people who'll never see this, who will never be affected by it. But as I may have said before, you cannot expect something to grow if you don't plant a seed. And This doesn't do any good. I can't tell myself or anyone else who tries to do anything positive for change. You can't tell yourself that you didn't try. And you can fail by not trying, but you can't really fail totally if you did try. Because no matter the effort, if there's one that has changed, that it creates change for themselves, then it is not an exercise in futility. And I sometimes I wish I was a bit more of a, I guess you could say, was it right brain? I don't know. I'm pretty analytical, but I'm not like a fact thumper, so to speak, of references and this and that, because I like to use those facts to confirm my intuition, confirm what I'm feeling in a way. It may be a fallacy of sorts. I like to get my facts straight though. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I let my heart do the driving. I let my brain in there sometimes to formulate the machinations of the heart. 'Tis necessary to achieve balance. But stop hurting animals. Stop paying for people to hurt them. Stop hurting yourself. Stop making the wrong motherfuckers rich. Stop defying nature. Stop disrespecting our mother. Mothers, stop disrespecting yourself and your children. Love each other. Love everyone. Love everything. You don't have to like them. You don't have to like everyone. You don't need me telling you that. You should know. Yeah, I don't like the way catfish look. I think they're ugly. And when I used to go fishing, they'd piss me off. Because they were so goddamn hard to get off the hook. But I realized, hey, I shouldn't catch them anyway. But I love them. I don't like them. I don't see them anymore. I don't catch them. I'm not around people who catch them. Stop teaching the babies that killing's okay. Listen to the babies. These children telling the parents they don't want to eat meat. They don't want to eat animals anymore. Listen to them. Don't laugh at them. It's the worst thing to do, is to laugh at a little boy or a little girl when they're talking straight from here. So when you're little, that's the only thing you know how to do. You go with your feelings. And the younger you are, the closer to the divine you are. Don't do that. Don't crush a child's sense of curiosity. Don't corrupt his heart, his or her spirit. It's fucked up. It's one thing lying to adults. Don't lie to the babies. Do not lie to the babies just because you were lied to. Just because you don't want to explain things. Just because you don't want to bear the burden of your wrongs. Yeah, well, I know it's fucked up to eat these animals. I don't want to explain, it's too much. I don't have time. I don't have time to explain how wrong it is, and I sure don't want to change my ways, because that's what my daddy did, and his daddy. Well, guess what? You come from a long line of dipshits. I don't care. God bless the dead. If my grandfather, my grandmother, living or dead, ate animals, thought it was okay to eat animals, I don't care about my personal relationship to them. What they did was wrong. Who they are doesn't matter. Stop thinking about it in a personal way. That's pretty much it. It's another alleged message to humanity. I got my buddies Tim, the weirdo, and Rudy, my little buddy, hanging out with me. They know I'm speaking up for all of them. You want to eat cats? Don't eat Chinese food. No offense, Manchurians. You want to eat dogs? Just don't eat meat. You might actually eat dogs. Just don't eat the shit. Don't pay. Don't condone. Don't excuse. It'll be a better world. It'll be a better life for everyone if we refrain from that sort of behavior. Peace and love. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Islam.